Um, for anybody that's not familiar with snakes, like I know like a city, like they're not used to snakes and shit. So snakes automatically, if you didn't know, they cause like you know, that's inherent. Like that goes all the way back to like Adam and Eve, right? Like that's where the Adam and Eve story comes from. But basically, so like I'm just moving some shit around out here. I found this snake. Now, a person that isn't familiar with snakes could look at this snake and then see the pattern. They could assume that this is like a copperhead, right? And a copperhead is venomous. This is not. This is not a venomous snake. So the way that you can identify first, the way that you can identify a venomous snake. Let me get to where I can see my screen. So first of all, you can if you really know what you're looking at, you can look at the side of the head and see pits, which this one obviously doesn't have. But the other way that you do it is like you would look at. Let's see, where's my camera? You would look at. You flip them over. Like if you need to get a stick, you know, there's different things to do. Can't. Okay. So if you look at the backside of the snake, like you find his anal plate, also known as like a vent. He doesn't want to show it right now. He's like freaked out, but I'm not gonna harm him. You shouldn't kill snakes. See if you can find a vent. Uncurl, my friend. You're being you're being enslaved into doing a snake primer for Dugan here. Okay, so we're looking at a snake's tail. Ooh, he's stinky too. He's letting off lots of. So if you didn't notice, you can also smell snakes once you're used to it. So that's his vent. That hole right there, that's his anal plate. So if you notice to the right of the anal plate, you notice how it's like a single scale pattern, like a single scale going across, and then to the left, it turns into two scales. So you see that right beneath the anal plate. So a venomous snake will stay single plate below the anal vent. They won't. They're not going to transition into double plates. You know, you see the double plates below the anal vent. Now this can be two ways, right? It can either be direct, where it's like on the right of the anal vent you have single plates, and on the left you have all single plates, or it can go like several single plates and then turn back into double plates. But if you look right below the anal vent and see single plates, like a series of at least like three or four, then that's a viper. Okay. Now the reason that you would want to, you know, like understanding snakes, the reason that you would want to, like, if you're gonna render venom, right? Like if you're gonna take venom off of them, which I don't recommend if you're not familiar with that. But you know, you basically milk their venom out into a receptacle, and you take it and you use it for whatever. You can use it for poison. You can use it for making antivenom. And the way you make antivenom is you would inject yourself with small amounts until you build up a tolerance to the venom. And this is like the way that all antivenom is made. The other reason that you would maybe want to do it is to just identify like what's in your AO. You can also eat snakes, so you can like if you are in a survival situation, you need to survive. You need a snake by you cut its head off, and then you just basically take like a pair of pliers, and then you pull its skin sheathing off, and then you can the best way to do it is just to boil it like in a can with water, and then just eat it like a soup. That's like the easiest way to cook a snake. You don't really want to. They don't have a lot of meat, so you don't want to. You know, you don't want to like grill them or something like that, or put them over an open fire, because you're just going to destroy a lot of meat and lose a lot of nutrient. So you want to boil them. And snakes are extremely, you know, snakes are extremely, they got a lot of code in their existence, like automated code that like directs them what to do, and it's so strong in snakes that like if you like for example, like during patrolling and stuff, doing like kill class for the military, one of the things that you'll do is like learn how to eat snakes, and you basically like while you're patrolling, doing your patrol phases, the instructors are gonna like, every time they see a snake, they're just gonna grab it and just like, cut its head off and put it in their pocket. And then once they get like a handful of snakes, then they're gonna teach everybody how to like process them and cook them and shit that night. So like, if you get a big group of snakes and they're all together, they'll actually send each other impulses to move. Like they'll be able to feel each other and they'll transmit impulses, and then you'll get like a spontaneous snake ball of spaghetti where it's like they're all dead with decapitated, and they'll just all start like weaving and winding, and it's really crazy to see. But that's the primer on snakes.